let's get started. When you have your paper today, you're going to first of all start off by folding it in half this way. This will divide it into 4 equal areas. So when you open it up, and then you'll just go ahead and do it the other way as well. After we fold it, we can draw the line on here. You can use a ruler if you'd like to. This will help make it a little bit straighter if that is what you want, or you could do it by hand is fine as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and line it up where those creases were, making sure it's nice and straight, and you're going to draw that line right here. Next thing we need to do is we need to figure out what it is that we're going to say with our friendly 4-letter word. So I do have an idea sheet right here, so you can use words on here. If you want something a little bit different that you don't see on here, just make sure you talk to me before we start with this project to make sure it's a good word. Now, I think I'm going to do the same one. I had wish on the other one, so I'm just going to show you how to get started. And you're going to go nice and big. So you want to fill it up with those letters. So we practiced a little bit earlier. So if I'm going to do a W, I want to fill this up, and I'm just going to do kind of like a regular W, just a single line. It's not block yet. Leave a little bit of space up on the top and the bottom. And what we're going to do now is we're going to just kind of do like an echo line where we're going to go around it like this. Okay. After you do that, it looks like it's good. We'll come back in a little bit and we'll outline it. All right, I was able to get it done here with the first part. So the next part is to outline it. Now you don't want to outline that middle line because we don't want to really see that line. So I'm actually going to take that Sharpie marker and I'm going to go right over top. Okay, and next, I'm going to take an eraser and I'm going to get rid of that middle line. The nice thing is the permanent marker does not erase, so you're left with what you want. Okay, so you just go right over top and get rid of those pencil lines. All right, if you made it this far today, we're going to add a little bit of color to your work. We're not going to add all the color, but we're going to start with the letters. And then next time we'll do the background color with the complement of it. So for today, you get to do the letters and you're going to choose a different color for each one. So there's four letters, but there's 6 colors. So you get to choose, there's a couple colors that you won't have in there, but maybe you'll use that next time. So I'm going to start first of all with this W here, and maybe I'm just going to go ahead and do that yellow. When you paint, you're going to be very careful with it. Obviously with the paints you want to make sure that you put it down nice and evenly. So I'm just going right here. We do not want to mix these colors, so you got to be careful that you're going into the right one. Use the edge, go right up to that black line. Next time we will go over it and we will kind of clean things up with some black paint so you can still see the edges of your lettering. And I'm just going to go carefully on here. If your brush is too big, like if you're having a hard time, go to a smaller one. That'll help you out a little bit more. Mine is right on the edge where it's working out okay. I could go a little bit smaller though. Notice that I go back over it a couple times to smooth out the paint. You don't want lumps in the paint, so you got to smooth it out. Nice and even is what we're going for. If you go a little bit outside of the line, not a big deal because we're going to let that dry. All right, so I did a W, and I'm going to be changing colors now. So it's important that you have water container next to you and also a paper towel because you got to dry it off. So you're going to go ahead and you're just getting that paint off there, and you use the paper towel to clean it off. Okay. Do it a couple times till you have it nice and clean and you're ready for the next color. I might go for this one. Maybe I'll do a blue for this one. Okay. So it's really up to you. You get to choose the color. If you notice after doing your first one and it's a little bit thinned out, then that means you need to dry your brush off a little bit more. There's just too much water in there. All right, that is the end of day one here, what you want to get done. If you don't get this all done, that's all right. You can pick that up on day two. But you can notice that my colors are pretty even. I didn't mix them. I was able to clean my brush off pretty good. And I am ready for next time to figure out the complements of each one of these to make them stand out even a little bit more. All right, day two of our complementary color project. Everything's dry, it's ready for the next step. We're going to take a look here first at that color wheel. We're going to do the complement in the background. So this background area, this is called the negative space. Around it, we're going to do the complement. So how do you find the complement? Well, you go to, so this is yellow. It's got yellow here. It's the one on the opposite side of the color wheel. So if I go over here, I'm going to put it as violet or purple, and I'm going to paint that in here. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it pop. So I'm going to take purple here, and I'm going to start painting in around the edges of this W here. All right, I just finished my W there. One thing that's important to have is a messy mat once you get to the edge there so you don't get it all over the table. And then sometimes it takes a couple coats, so you have to go over it 2 times and smooth it out to get a little bit better, a little bit stronger of a color. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start working on all the rest of them and show you the progress here in a little bit. All right, guys, I was able to finish up with all the background paints and add in the complementary colors. For the final step, this is a step, if you have time, really makes your artwork pop. You're going to take some black paint and a nice clean brush, probably a medium to small size brush, and you're going to go ahead and outline all those lines that you have here. So you're just going to go, first of all, in the middle here, go right on top. Steady hand when you do this, and you're just trying to outline everything to make it really stand out.